Here are some things that all good readers remember. Predict what the book will be about. Ask yourself questions as you read. Try and work out difficult words. Listen to yourself as you read. Reread when you need to. Can you predict what this book is about? Click on a book feature to find out. Title. The title tells you something about the story. Can you predict what the story is about by reading the title? Illustration. The illustration on the cover of the book shows you something that is happening in the story. The picture on the front of the book shows you something you will find inside the book. What does this picture show you? What is this illustration about? Blurb. The blurb is on the back cover. It gives you a quick summary of the story. Can you predict what the story is about by reading the blurb? Table of contents. The table of contents is a list of the chapters in the story. Shootout. Written by John Lockyer. Illustrated by Scott Pearson. Click on the speaker on each page to hear the story read. If you get stuck, click on the Help button. If you are having trouble working out a word, try these strategies. Skip the word and read on to the end of the sentence. Can you guess what the word is now? Does it make sense and sound right? Look at the start of the word. What sound do you hear when you say the first letter? Can you sound out the first 2 or 3 letters? Look at the whole word. Are there any parts you can sound out? Break the word into syllables. Reread the whole sentence. Can you think of a word now that makes sense and sounds right? Shootout. Written by John Lockyer. Illustrated by Scott Pearson. Contents. Down to 4 players, page 1. Carlo fakes, page 7. Scores level, page 12. Give Kylie a go, page 19. Curly's turn, page 24. The whistle blows, page 28. Map, page 31. Rules for a shootout, page 32. Hot shot rap, page 34. Glossary, page 36. Characters. Carlo. Stace. Curly. Kylie. Benji. Maddie. Pumpkin. Harry. Chapter 1. Down to 4 players. Pumpkin threw a hard pass. Catch it, Harry, Carlo shouted. I reached for the basketball. It hit the end of my finger and bounced away. Yow! I shook my hand. Oh man, that hurt. Team Turbo huddled around me. Kylie, bring the cooler bag, Maddie shouted. Kylie picked up the bag and ran onto the court. Doris followed her. Maddie took out a small ice pack. Put this on your hand, she said. I wrapped the ice pack around my hand. My finger felt better immediately. Then Pumpkin shouted, Are we playing or not? Carlo looked at me. I lifted the ice pack. My finger was swelling fast. I shook my head and walked to the sideline. Carlo went over to Pumpkin and the referee. With my good hand, I logged onto my computer. I was annoyed. The Mini League's webpage came on screen. I checked for the results of other games. Nothing yet. It was Carlo's idea to enter our team in the competition. He said that all we needed to do was dribble and pass the ball. He was going to shoot the goals. We did this so well that we won some games. But this was the game we really wanted to win. We had to beat Pumpkin and his All-Stars. The All-Stars thought they were going to beat us. Carlo, Benji and Stace didn't miss a shot, and Maddie and I made sure the All-Stars got no easy points. But it looked like it was over for Team Turbo. We had only 4 players, and we were still points behind. The referee blew her whistle. "How much time left?" Pumpkin asked. 3 minutes, she said. "The score is Team Turbo 28, All-Stars 30. Pumpkin nodded. "Game on," he said. Curly giggled. Chapter 2. Carlo Fakes. I couldn't watch. I stared at the computer screen, waiting for the scores of the other teams. Kylie went back to shooting goals at a spare hoop. Doris watched her. I looked up and saw the ball flying all over the court. Carlo, Stace, Benji, and even Maddie were chasing the ball everywhere. The All-Stars couldn't get a shot away. Time was running out. Pumpkin shouted at his team. He cut off their passes. He took shots from everywhere. His face went red with effort. Then he made a mistake. He dribbled to the three-point line and fired the ball at the basket. It smacked against the backboard and dropped into Carlo's hands. Carlo dribbled the ball up the middle of the court around the All-Stars players. He ran over the three-point line. Curly stepped into his path to reach for the ball. Carlo pushed the ball between Curly's legs, swerved around him, caught the ball, and dribbled on. Pumpkin was the only player between Carlo and the hoop. Carlo slowed. Then suddenly he sprinted towards Pumpkin, surprising him. Pumpkin leapt back. Carlo started to jump to shoot. Pumpkin jumped too, but Carlo was faking. Pumpkin hung in the air while Carlo darted around him, laid the ball gently against the backboard, and watched it roll through the hoop. Chapter 3. Scores level. Ignoring my sore finger, I jumped up and down shouting, "Great shot!" Kylie and Doris were beside me, leaping with excitement too. The ref blew her whistle for full time. The scores were level, 30 all. Team Turbo came to the sideline. They were laughing, shouting, slapping and pulling at each other. "Great fake," said Stace. All Pumpkin grabbed was air. Everyone laughed, but Carlo looked serious. Okay, the game's not over yet. It's a draw. The winner will be decided by a shootout. First team to go one up wins. We followed him back onto the court. Pumpkin was waiting for us, scowling. "One lucky shot won't win you the game," he said. "Line up your shooters in order. Everyone has one shot each. No double-ups." "What do you mean, no double-ups?" asked Maddie. "One shot each," said Pumpkin. "No one can shoot twice. It's in the rules." "That's not fair," said Benji. "Harry can't shoot. He's injured." Pumpkin smiled. Tough. We looked at the ref. When she nodded, the All-Stars grinned. Carlo pulled Team Turbo into a huddle. "How bad is your finger?" Stace asked. I looked under the ice pack. It was almost twice the size of the other fingers. Real bad. Carlo sighed. "We're not giving in to Pumpkin. His head is big enough already." "Carlo's right," said Maddie. "Anyway, one of the All-Stars might miss." We nodded, but none of us really believed her. She shrugged. "There's no other way." Chapter 4. Give Kylie a go. "Perhaps there is," I said. "We could put Kylie in the shootout." "Kylie?" everyone cried. I nodded. "Why not? She's a good shooter." "Not from the free throw line," said Benji. "It's too far." She may not have to shoot from there. There are 6 spots around the shooting zone. The ref throws a dice. Whatever number comes up is the spot you shoot from. Kylie might be lucky and get number 3, right under the hoop, I said. Carlo shook his head. There's a big difference between mucking around on your own and a competition. Kylie grabbed Carlo's arm. Let me be in the shootout, please, Carlo. Give her a go, Carlo, said Maddie. Carlo looked at Stace and Benji. When they nodded, Kylie squealed and Doris barked. Pumpkin called out, "Time to shoot!" Curly nudged Pumpkin and pointed when he saw Kylie following the others. Pumpkin laughed. "Is Tiny Turbo your secret weapon? Where's your stepladder, Tiny?" Kylie poked out her tongue, which made the All-Stars laugh even more. Then the ref blew her whistle, threw the dice, and pointed at Pumpkin. The dice stopped on 3. Pumpkin strolled under the goal, put 1 foot on the painted number, and popped the ball into the basket. "1 for the All-Stars," he said. Chapter 5. Curly's turn. The players in each team took their turn and no one missed. At 4 all, it was Curly's turn. The All-Stars were already certain they'd won. The ref threw the dice. It landed on 6. Curly trotted out to the free throw line, dribbling the ball, pushing it between his legs as he ran, showing off. He stopped on the number, eyed the hoop, bounced the ball 3 times, crouched down, leapt up, hung in the air a moment, then let the ball go. It flew in a perfect arc, hit the back rim of the hoop, bounced onto the front rim, and popped out. Curly had missed. Team Turbo went into a tight huddle. We reached into the centre and touched hands. "Kylie!" we shouted. Our huddle broke up. The ref threw the dice. It hit the court, bounced, rolled, and stopped. 3, she called. "Yes!" said Carlo. He led Kylie to the shooting zone. We watched, fingers crossed. "She can do it," I said. "I know she can. She's been shooting goals all afternoon." Chapter 6. The Whistle Blows. Carlo gave Kylie the ball. The All-Stars started a low hissing. The ref glared at them. Kylie bounced the ball once, held it in 2 hands and pushed it upwards. It slid off the backboard and dropped through the hoop. The whistle blew. "I did it," Kylie whispered. "I shot the goal. We won." Carlo lifted her onto his shoulders and carried her over to us. We pulled her down and hugged her. Doris danced and barked around our feet. I ran over to my laptop, opened the alerts window and typed quickly. Team Turbo versus All-Stars. Tough game. Team Turbo loses player with injured finger in final minutes. Score is 30 all at full time. Shootout. Team Turbo wins. Map. Rules for a shootout. Salt Spray Mini League Basketball Association, page 27, Rule 14. Shootout. A. A shootout will be used to decide the winning team if the score is tied at the end of the game. B. 5 players from each team will take turns to shoot at the basket. C. No player can shoot twice until all other players have had a shot. D. The order of the shooters will be decided by the team captain. E. The spot in the shooting zone from which each player takes their shot will be decided by the throw of a dice. F. The first team to shoot a basket after the other team has missed a basket will be declared the winner.
Hot Shot Rap by Kylie Maserati. My name's Kylie and I'm not very tall, but that doesn't stop me playing basketball. Hot Shot Kylie, yes, that is my name. I'm the go-to girl when you need to win a game. Go to Hot Shot Kylie, that's what the people call. Go to Hot Shot Kylie with the basketball. I grab it in my hands and I bounce it on the floor. Then I stare at the basket and I bounce it once more. Then I shoot it in the air with a styly Kylie loop, bounce it off the backboard and straight through the hoop. I'm Hot Shot Kylie, yes, that is my name. I'm the go-to girl when you need to win a game.
Glossary. Arc. The curved path that the ball makes through the air. Dribble. Tap or bounce the ball while moving. Fake. To trick an opponent by pretending to do one thing but actually doing another. Injured. Hurt. Sprint. Run at top speed. Three-point line. The oval around the basket. A goal from here gets 3 points. Word wiper. Remember this page from Shootout? Uh-oh, here comes the word wiper. The word wiper has wiped away 5 words. Can you put them back? Drag the correct word into the space, then click on Check. Brilliant! Try the next word. Try again. That's great. Try the next word. That's great. Try the next word. Brilliant. Try the next word. Wonderful word work. Click Next to go to the next page. Remember this page from Shootout? Uh-oh, here comes the word wiper. The word wiper has wiped away 5 words. Can you put them back? Drag the correct word into the space, then click on Check. Brilliant. Try the next word. Fantastic. Try the next word. That's great. Try the next word. Try again. Brilliant. Try the next word. That's great. They're all done. Click on Print to print your word wiper page, or click Next to finish. Sausage sizzle. Look at these sentences from Shootout. Listen to this word. Go. It has a long O vowel sound. See how many sausages you can cook on the barbecue. Drag the sausages with a long O vowel sound onto the barbecue. If you want to check a word, roll the mouse over it to hear it read. Click on Go to start. Note. Stopped. Of. Rolled. Crossed. Onto. Onto. Throws. Carlo. Carlo. Computer. Go. Go. Popped. Oh. Oh. Spots. Boat. Only. Only. Moment. Moment. On. On. Showing. Showing. Over. Over. Not. Note. Note. Stopped. Rolled. Crossed. Onto. Throws. Throws. Good work. Type the words with a long O vowel sound, then click Go. See how many words you can type. For help, click on the Help button. Click on Go to try again. Excellent! You got them all. Click on Print to print your sausage sizzle or play again. Silly Story Writer. Write a silly story for Shootout. Follow the instructions to write your silly story. Then click Next. Great job! Nothing but air. A silly story from Shootout. Now you can read your silly story. Click on Edit if you need to make any changes. Click on Print if you're happy with the story.